Welcome to the Lent course in 2016 and to core groups. I'm really pleased that you've decided to journey this together with three friends and to see what God will do as you go forward together. Now, the thing about Moses was that he was just going along in his life. You probably know the backstory of Moses, how he was floated down a river in a basket, grew up in the court of a king, and then messed up his life by killing somebody and having to run away. You see, Moses made such a good start and it all went wrong. And there he is, just being a shepherd, looking after some sheep, making a decent living. And maybe you can relate, I can certainly relate to some of Moses' story, that sometimes things just go wrong and maybe the hopes that you had or the dreams that you had didn't work out. But you're getting along in life and you're going all right. But then something happens. And the great something that happens to Moses, of course, is that he meets up with God. And God maybe meets with him. I'm not sure which way round it was, but Moses was drawn to God. And in that place, Moses learned who he was, but more importantly, he learned who God was. And that's what we're going to find out about God during this course, that he is the great I am. He is there for us. He says, he promises to be with us. And Jesus, who actually said, I am the good shepherd, picks up that identity of God, I am. So as you read this passage together, and as you look to see where God is in your life, draw near to him. Expect God to meet with you. You see, there's a great word in that passage, and it's often a word that we miss. And it comes when Moses says to God that he's not the one. He doesn't feel that God should be calling him. God should think that he's special. But God says to Moses, nevertheless, nevertheless, it is you. And I wonder if you will hear God saying that to you, as maybe you have the same reaction as Moses, that you don't think you're good enough, or that God could possibly use you, and yet God says to you, nevertheless. So step out in faith together, read the word, pray together, see what God will say to you, and do what he says, because God knows you better than you know yourself, and God believes in you probably more than you believe in him.